I want to move on, though, to the announcement we got late this afternoon. The Governor-General's formally signed off on the Bushfire Royal Commission, so it's happening. The reporting date's the 31st of August. There's a heavy focus in this Royal Commission on hazard reduction burns. I'm pleased it's going to be very timely and that we'll have these results, Gleeson, before the next summer's upon us. Now, as I said at the start of the year, I read the 2009 Victorian Royal Commission, all 5 volumes, and there are hundreds of recommendations or dozens of recommendations there that have not been adopted, and we know that only a third of last year's burn target, hazard reduction burn target in Victoria was met. So yes, we'll have this lovely report and hopefully it'll actually be acted on. How confident are you?
Well, I mean, if you look at past inquiries, Peter, not very confident at all. But, I mean, let's cut to the chase here. You know, you guys have got a minister there in New South Wales, this Matt Keane, who's obviously in denial when it comes to backburning. You know, the Indigenous community, and this has been well chronicled, we've all spoken about this, the Indigenous community over many, many, many years were able to do their own natural backburning. The climate eco-warriors of our world are very happy to link climate change to bushfires, and look, we all acknowledge that that is an issue, but they never, ever entertain the thought of the problems that we have when it comes to ensuring that the backburning and the hazard reduction protocols are done. And there is enormous evidence to suggest that the bushfires in the last 3 to 4 months significantly were contributed by the lack of backburning. I just hope, and I know you do, Peter, and Chris, I know you do, I just hope that we are able to come up with a system whereby we ensure that the Greens in this country don't hijack the mitigation procedures that have worked in the past.
Yeah, well, the best disinfectant in all of this, Chris Smith, is sunlight. And I really think there should be a national hazard reduction burn plan. Yes, the states might well administer the various targets. They've got authority over the bodies that do the burning. But we need to report on it. We need to set those targets every year. We need to report on it, I think, in the Parliament every 6 months. Table the documents to say this is how much New South Wales promised and has done. This is how much Victoria has promised and has done. And I tell you what, programs like this, I'm sure like yours, will sit there every 6 months and we'll pore over that detail. We'll put the maps in the newspapers and we will show people after this immediate emergency has passed how fed income our governments are about ensuring it doesn't happen like it's happened this summer again.
Yeah, I think we can do our bit because we've got audiences. However, I'm really pessimistic about where this will end up because I don't think those within government and those within agencies in particular, that is, National Parks and Wildlife and those people who make decisions about what to do with national parks, I don't think that they have admitted that it's because of fuel loads that we've had some of the worst bushfires ever. I don't think there's been an admission of this kind at all. And even
no, that's why we're having the fight about climate change, because if we want to have a fight about hazard reduction burns and what actually hasn't been done, they're all on the hook. Yeah. So there's this, you know, pea and thimble game that goes on between the left and the right here to let's talk about climate change and avoid talking about hazard reduction burns.
True, and now at least it'll be discussed and we'll get across the detail, how much was done, how much should have been done according to the experts, and we might get somewhere. But look, we've still got ministers, and Gleeson pointed out Keane there, you've still got ministers who are running the environment who are standing firm. It's about our CO2. It's about how much carbon dioxide we put in the air, which is why we've got the bushfires we have. And as soon as you've got people in those kind of senior positions, what chance is there that these recommendations, when they finally come forth, will actually be adopted? I don't hold out any hope. And was it Clive Williams who said about a month ago, why don't we just get the 52 reports that have been released in the last 100 years in this country as a result of serious bushfires and just put a summary sheet together? We've got the reportage already.
Yep.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the point, and I'm not being disrespectful to your point at the start of the night there, Gleeson, where you said we need an inquiry. But I think inquiries upon inquiries have become an excuse for doing nothing or delaying decision-making for government. Now, we elect governments to make decisions, and if they don't make good decisions, we throw them out at the next election. But I really want to see government start to lead and act rather than to constantly facilitate and consult and inquire and do sweet bugger all.